Hi students, today we are going to see the structure of a bone. The bone is a specialized connective tissue. As we all know, a general connective tissue is having the structure of a ground substance with cells and fibers. Same like that. Bone is also consists of a ground substance with minerals and with the bone cells and fibers. Bone cells are osteocyte cells or osteoclast cells and osteoblast cells. Three types of bone cells can be identified, each having different function also. And the fiber which is present in the ground substance is a collagen fiber. So the as a connective tissue, bone is also having a ground substance with fibers and cells. The stem cells are called osteoprogenitor cells. Stem cells are basically mesenchyme cells. Whenever there is a bone formation needed, these mesenchyme stem cells converted into osteoblast cells. Osteoblast cells are bone forming cells. Osteoclast are bone removing cells. Osteoblast, osteoclast, then we have osteocytes also. Osteocytes are the matured bone cells. So during bone formation, the mesenchyme cells turned into osteoblast cells. They resemble a fibroblast. They are numerous in fetus at the site of bone formation, and it is present on the surface of the bone in adults. So these are the three different types of cells. A fiber which is present in the bone is a collagen fiber, and the ground substance consists of different minerals, calcium. All these minerals are deposited, phosphorus, calcium are deposited in the ground substance. It is a gelatinous matrix. While seeing this picture, you can identify this is a structure of a matured bone cell called osteocyte. Here, it is single nucleated with other cell organelles inside and numerous processes present. This is the structure of a matured bone cell. And this is the structure of a osteoclast cell. Osteoclast cells are bone removing cells. Bones are removed abnormally during osteoporosis. But that is not only the function of osteoclast cells. Osteoclast cells are helping for the bone removal, and this bone removal can be done for shaping the bones. For making a particular shape of the bone also, the osteoclast cells can be used. So normally this is for bone shaping, but abnormally this osteoclast cells, number of osteoclast cells increases after a particular age, especially in females, that causes osteoporosis. So the function of the osteoclast cells are bone removal, and this the peculiarity with this cell is it is multinucleated. So the osteoblast cells and osteocytes are single nucleated cells, but osteoclast cells are multinucleated cells. In this picture, you can see the three variety of bone cells on the surface. We can see the osteoblast cells and osteoclast. This is osteoblast, this is osteoclast. And inside the bone, there are mature bone cells, that's osteocyte. Young cells are the osteoblasts. They form lining over the growing surface of the bone. They are numerous with endoplasmic reticulum and Golgi complex. The clinical condition which is related to the osteoblast cell is osteoma and osteosarcoma. Osteoma is a benign tumor of the osteoblast cells. Osteosarcoma is a malignant variety of tumor or a malignant cancer of the osteoblast cells. Osteocytes are matured, situated in a space called lacuna. Cytoplasmic processes are arising from the surface. As we know, this picture shows that numerous cytoplasmic processes are arising from the surface. And this whole osteocytes are located in a special place called lacunae. Osteoclast are bone removing cells found in relation to the surface where bone removal takes place. It is essential to maintain the proper shape. They are very large in size and with multiple nuclei. Then now we will see the structure of a compact bone. if it opening a bone, if you're cutting and opening a bone longitudinally, we'll see a structure like this with a marrow cavity, and which is filled with the bone marrow, and wall of the marrow cavity is compact in nature. This is thick. This is a compact bone. This is a compact bone. Okay, so this part, this compact bone is not extending towards the bony ends. Bony end is made up of spongy bone. Shaft is made of compact bone, and that forms a wall of the marrow cavity. Only this much is a compact, and here this much is a compact part. Each compact bone is made up of several units called Haversian system. They are the structural and functional unit of a compact bone. Now we'll see what is a Haversian system. See, this is a Haversian system. This is a Haversian system. In both pictures, you can see Haversian system. So Haversian system means they are the structural unit present in the compact bone. That means compact bone is made up of several Haversian system. Here in this picture, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4 Haversian system. Several such Haversian system are present in a compact bone. If you are taking one Haversian system, the center of the Haversian system consists of a canal called Haversian canal, which transmits blood vessels and nerves. So this is a blood vessel and nerve present inside the Haversian canal. Surrounding the Haversian canal, several concentric lamellae are present. So each Haversian system consists of 5 to 6 concentric lamellae surrounding the Haversian canal. So the center portion has a Haversian canal. Surrounding it is a concentric lamellae. So concentric lamellae. So here the lamellae is arranged. Bony lamellae are arranged in a concentric pattern. Between the concentric lamellae, as you see in this picture, among the concentric lamellae, you can see some spaces called lacunae, which is filled with osteocytes. So these black colored areas are all studded with the osteocytes. So osteocytes are present among the concentric lamellae in a special space called lacuna. Okay. Now, between the Haversian system, the lamellae are scattered and are called interstitial lamellae. Now, the third variety, near the periosteum, there is another type of lamellae present, which is called circumferential lamellae. So, in a bone, we can see 3 different types of lamellae. Concentric lamellae that forms a structural and functional unit of a bone. Concentric lamellae together forms a Haversian system. So that's a unit of a bone. Then interstitial lamellae is present in a scattered form in between the Haversian system. Then circumferential lamellae near the circumference of the bone. Marrow cavity does not extend into the ends of the long bone. And these areas filled with a network of tiny rods of bones. They resembles a sponge, so-called spongy bone. Now, the compact part of the bone is covered by periosteum. So the periosteal covering, it is a fibrous membrane that is protecting the bone, and the shaft of the bone is covered by periosteum. But the ends of the bone means the articular ends. Only the articular ends are not covered by periosteum, and that area is replaced by hyaline cartilage. Hyaline cartilage is present on the articular ends, so that area does not have periosteum. The bone, in this picture, you can see this is one Haversian system with the Haversian canal. This is another Haversian system with the Haversian canal. Each Haversian canal transmits blood vessels and nerves, and 2 Haversian canals are connected by another canal called Volkmann's canal. Now, we'll see the structure of periosteum. Periosteum are highly vascular membrane which covers the entire outer surface of the bone except the area covered by articular cartilage. It is double layered, having an outer fibrous and an inner cellular part. Inner cellular layer consists of osteogenic cells. It has numerous osteoblasts. That inner layer only cellular. Outer layer is just fibrous. That doesn't have cells. So inner layer has cells. And they are osteogenic cells. That means osteoblast cells. That is helping for the bond formation. The function of the periosteum is to give attachment for the tendons, muscles, and the ligaments. It also nutritory in function because it consists of numerous blood vessels. The periosteum has periosteal blood vessels that supplies the bone. So it has nutritive function. Osteoprogenitor cells of periosteum can form osteoblast and that help for the repair of bones. In this picture you can see the periosteum, the outer covering of the bone. It has an outer fibrous layer, inner cellular layer. Inner part has cells, outer part is fibrous. Now we will see the parts of a long bone with its blood supply. In this picture you can see it's a long bone with the different parts. Each long bone consists of two ends, and these two ends are called epiphyses. This is proximal epiphysis, this is a distal epiphysis. This is distal epiphysis. The shaft of the long bone is called diaphysis. This is a shaft which is called diaphysis. Between epiphysis and diaphysis, there is a space or a place, a site called the metaphysis. Here also a metaphysis present. So metaphysis is a junction between epiphysis and diaphysis. Metaphysis is a site of bone growth. Inside this you can see marrow cavity. Wall of the marrow cavity is a compact bone. So these are the parts of a long bone: epiphysis, diaphysis, and metaphysis. Now we'll see the blood supply of the bone. Blood supply of the bone consists of 4 different sets. One is epiphyseal artery that supplies epiphysis. Here also one epiphyseal artery, and proximal part also has one epiphyseal artery. Then metaphyseal artery. Metaphyseal artery supplies a metaphysis. Metaphyseal artery supplies metaphyseal area, and here also one metaphyseal artery comes. Next is third one is a nutritive artery. Nutritive artery enters the bone. Enters the bone in the sense it pierces through the bone through a canal called a nutritive foramen. This nutritive foramen, through the nutritive foramen, it enters the bone tissue and divides into upper and lower branches within the bone marrow. So the nutritive artery is supplying the inner core of the bone. Another blood vessel is periosteal artery that supplies the periosteum, that's present over the periosteum. So this is the blood supply of the bone. So bone is highly vascular in structure. The 4 set of blood vessels present: epiphyseal, metaphyseal, nutritive, and nutrient artery, and periosteal. Thus, the arteries are accompanied by veins with the same name. Bone is a supporting framework of the body. It is a rich mineral store. It is hemopoietic in function. So these are the things related to the bone, in which structure of a compact bone is a short essay question, or it can be asked as an essay question, as a part of the essay question. Then periosteum also important. Blood supply and parts of the long bone is important. Thank you.